So this video is to show how to change the rear shocks on a 2000 Chevy Silverado. The first step is to remove the rear tire. I don't know that you have to remove it to take the shocks off, but it will give you a little more space under there, and I think it's worth your time to do it. Just one reminder when you're taking your rear tire off, or any tire for that matter, is to loosen the lug nuts up before you jack it up, or else your tire is just going to spin. Taking the shocks off is relatively easy. There's just two bolts, one at the bottom, one at the top. You will need either two wrenches or two ratchets, one on each end, so that the bolt doesn't spin in there. But once you get the bottom off, then it's just a matter of getting the top one off. The top one's a little bit harder just because there is the frame of the truck on the one side, and so it's a little bit tighter squeeze. So it makes it a little easier if you have to use a wrench on that side versus a socket that's going to poke out a little further. I decided to try and lubricate them a little bit to get the bolts out, but I don't really think it was necessary. I thought they were going to be a little bit harder to get out than they were, but they came out pretty easy. I used this hammer to kind of wedge it out, but I probably could have just pulled it out. And then for the top, I just simply wiggled it back and forth and pulled on a little bit, and it came right out. So this is the new shock. I went with the Bilstein 5100s. I compressed them just to see how the old shock compared to the new one. As you can see, it rebounds quite a bit slower. I kind of tested all four shocks, and this was actually one of the better ones, so the ride should get quite an improvement by changing these out. The truck has about 300,000 miles on it. I don't know if the shocks have ever been changed or not, but they really didn't look like they had. So I think it's far past time to change those. And to reinstall the shock, it's pretty simple. You just reversing the steps of taking it off. The first thing you want to do is put that top bolt back in. And I found the easiest way to compress it so you could get it to the right length for the bottom was to just push straight up on the shock to compress it, and then just slide it into place. I needed to compress it just a little bit more, so I used the jacks. Got it just about that last quarter of an inch to where I could just slide the bolt in nice and easy. And once you get the bolts in, it's just a matter of tightening them up. I'll put the torque specs for these bolts in the comments below. I don't know that I actually torqued them to the right specs. I just torqued them to where I thought they were comfortably tight. And once again, the top bolt's going to be a little bit more difficult due to the lack of space. But if you keep working at it, you can get it on there. And then once you got the shock back on, it's just a matter of reinstalling the tire. Thanks for watching my video. I'll go ahead and post another video of me changing the front. Obviously it's going to be the same procedure on as far as passenger to driver side, but the front and rear are slightly different, so I'll post another video of that.